Hi, it's Catherine McLeod, founder of Divine Woman Experience. And here I'm sharing with you divine clarity, which is number one on the divine manifesting pathway. So this is step one for a reason, because if you don't know what you want, then how are you supposed to get it? Like, it's crazy. I've worked with hundreds of women, and you just ask people that complain about their lives, they're just letting life happen to them. They actually haven't got a clear pathway of where they're going. They don't even haven't even chosen. Have they chosen consciously what they desire? And that's why this is so important. That's something that I feel like I have done very well throughout my life. I saw my family fighting, complaining about everyone and everything, and I thought that doesn't work. So this is why this is so important. You need to know what you want to receive what you want. If you want a divine life, you have to choose a divine life. It is so vital. And even though, the things in the three-step process of divine manifesting path seem so obvious, they are simple but not easy, because other people's agendas, other people's wants and needs get in the way of what you desire. And that's why it is really difficult. And that's why I have a lot of compassion, especially for mothers that have all these other people and they're stretched so many ways and people want them to do so many things. So, a very important part of divine clarity is knowing what you want and also what other people around you want too. Now, this is something that I didn't learn till much later on. Like, I always knew what I wanted. I saw a vision for myself. I still see visions for myself and I follow through. But if you want harmony in your own life, is to help those people in your environment get what they want too. Because, there is that Zig Ziglar quote, when you help as many people get what they want, you receive what you want too. And that's the thing. When I've created this beautiful life in Normanville for myself and my family, the people that won were, especially my husband, was so appreciative and so grateful because he benefited from my big dreams. And he worked with me, with them. Like, it all wasn't me. We're working together with others. And my daughter, like, there's a lot of things when they're young, they don't know what they want, but they just want their own way. But as parents, we know what's good for them. We can't let them have all the things they want because they don't have the maturity. And I think that that's why part of the clarity is, are you choosing from your child self who just wants people to do things for them, or the adult, the teenage self that is entitled that people should do everything for and they should receive everything because they're just God's gift to this world? Or are you from the adult that has transcended the child and the teenager and has decided that they want to follow their path? It is a calling to do things that help others, help themselves, help others, and help the world. So you need to feel good about yourself before you'll help others. We all know the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you're in survival, when things aren't going well, this is probably not when you would be looking at a divine manifesting path, because you're just getting by. You're just, finding the money to eat, to pay rent, to survive in the world. So, you have to be operating up here to be even looking at something like this, because you would think it's ridiculous. You can't do it. You're in a position of survival. So you have to have some kind of stability in your life before you can start dreaming. Actually, when my life was most difficult, when I was a child and my parents were fighting and everything was really difficult, that's when I would dream. And I think great dreams come from adversity. When things are really hard and challenging, you can think of life in a different way. And that's why I think daydreaming is really important, because it frees you up from the reality that you've got in front of you, and you can see something more for yourself and just keep on that path. Don't veer off when other people are telling you you can't do it, and you're not the type of person, that you didn't come from that. I didn't come from, you know we never even owned our home as a child. There was always drama, fighting, all the things. There's none of that now. because I'm very intentional about my life. And that's what clarity is. It's intention. And part of manifesting, the intention draws you forward. It doesn't, pushing, forcing, this has to be this way, because all control is fear. And the more you're trying to micromanage and control yourself, and others, you'll find more conflict, more pain, more difficulty. So divine clarity is about knowing what you want and allowing the universe to show you the way. Once you've declared it, you say, I want this. Like I remember saying, when I'm 50, I'm going to be free. I'm going to be doing what I love with people I love in a way I love it when I love it. Like it's all about the love. Like I've always had that. And sometimes you need to go through hard things and challenges to learn what you must to get you to the next step. So, but always having the vision front of mind in your future and being pulled to it, and not telling other people how to live or how to do things. Just one thing that I found very powerful was to allow people to tap into their own loving, their own knowing, their own joy. Because when people know what they love, they can move towards it too. And you can work together. And it's not just all about you, because, it's so boring. Like, would you like to just achieve goals just for you and nobody else? Like, we are in a world with others. So we want to experience the beautiful things, and people benefit. I remember when I was building real estate, like I had this vision that having an eight-figure soul line global impact empire when I'm 88. I've had the vision for a while. And so the universe has just put all these things in my path. So I invested in real estate. I didn't know why. I just was doing, I knew that I wanted freedom later on. And now it has come to fruition. So I've been internally guided. And the things that kind of take you out and make your life difficult is when you listen to other people's values, goals, dreams, and you take them on as your own when you know they're not aligned. Because an aligned life is a driven life. You're being driven. And who's in the front seat? It's not you. And that's the thing I learned. Like I did half my life where thinking I was in the front seat steering. No, it's divine. Divine is taking you. And when you allow yourself to let go and surrender to divine, and that's a connectedness to your energy, you will feel it in your body when it feels. And that's why tapping into your emotions is so important with this clarity. Because when you trust yourself so unconditionally, you do things that other people will go, what is that? That's crazy. But the trust is being held with divine. And I'm not a religious person. I did go to Catholic school, and I do find some religions very controlling and very, um, cause detriment to a lot of people's well-being. So I just feel like love is my religion, and that is it. Anything that's love, I agree with. Anything that's not, then I don't. But I feel like you will have clarity when you trust that inner voice. It's a very quiet one. It's not a loud, big, fat ego. Yeah, look at me. I'm so amazing. It's the one that is just gentle and compassionate and kind and is steered by love, because that's what the divine is. The divine created us. It's that, whatever you call divine is up to you. Some say God, Mother Nature, um, intelligence, whatever. You can be an atheist and still believe in divine, because there is this magical um, creator, obviously created us. And when you tap into that, that's when clarity becomes even clearer, and you step without knowing what's next. And that's where the self-trust comes from. And that's why being part of a community, part of a um, inspiring people that uplift and that are doing what you want to do is so important for your clarity, because you can get very in head fog into I should do that, because you're living other people's values and expectations. And I have done that before, and it felt very bad. When you're out of alignment, your body will feel tense. It will feel hard. It will feel like, oh, I'm pushing against the universe. But when you work with, you'll feel yourself light up. You'll feel yourself alive. You'll feel yourself being pulled to that direction. And that's what I'm doing now. I just have fallen into this. I'm like, okay, I'm here to share this because someone out there needs to hear this. And I want you to be that person because I am just blown away with my life and I want you to be blown away with yours. So really get clear. And I call it the trifecta of life: health, wealth, and relationships. I do a lot of things in threes. That's what I've been given. It's like the triangle. It's that really strong structure to live life. And, when your health, have a goal for your health. How do you want to feel in your body? I feel like energy is the true health. How you feel, are you lit up or are you feeling divine or depleted? Because that's when you'll know what you're in alignment. So health is really important. Have a clear vision of what you want your health to look like. And wealth, how much money will sustain your life so you can have freedom. So health and wealth, and then relationships. What other relationships you like to have in your life? So get really clear on that. Like who you want to spend time with, people that make you feel good about yourself and that make you, that push, encourage you to do more, to be more, to have more, not those ones that want to keep you where you are because they feel intimidated by you, they feel triggered by you, they just, ugh, you can feel the disconnect. And as you grow, and your clarity, you'll become more trusting of yourself. You will find yourself being drawn to different things as well. Because when you have that clear, like when you have a clear vision for your health, you're going to stay clear of things that were unhealthy. Like I look in the cupboard at the chips and chocolate, and of course I want them and I have them sometimes, but I'm like, oh, that vision of that healthy person doesn't do that. And so that's why you've got to really hold on to that clarity of that vision. And that person with wealth looks after their money. And that's something I'm continuing to work on because that's not anything I saw in my childhood. I saw nobody looking after their money. My dad died with nothing. Um, and, my mum is always worrying about what's this cost. I can't afford it. She's always worrying about it. And so, this is a lot of untangling, a lot of conditioning, and a lot of programming. So I have that clear vision and I'm still working on it. And it's a constant evolution is a work in progress. It's not perfection, like, ah, like I remember thinking, when I have all this wealth, my life is just going to be like, I'm going to be so enlightened. Everything's going to be so good. Like having those clear three visions of your health, wealth, and relationships is really important because then you know what you tolerate. And the more you live up to it and be that person that has those things, that's when you step into it. So clarity about what you want creates what you want and what you desire. And so would I would invite you, because I never tell people what to do anymore, because I know having teenagers has told me that and having a 6-year-old. So I invite you to get really clear in those three areas and just create a map of what that person thinks, how they feel, and how they act. Those are the three things in alignment: thinking, feeling, and acting. So when you're in alignment, all those things will be in line. So remember that. And your emotions are your GPS. They'll tell you when you're not in alignment. They'll go, do. It's like when you eat something bad or drink something bad, you're like, you don't feel good after because it's not in alignment with who you are. So yes, so this is divine clarity, and I hope this has helped you with step 1. Know what you want, so then you can create what you want. Okay, love you, and I'll see you in the next masterclass of Divine Self.